in the heart of suburban Atlanta, Georgia, where magnolia trees bloom and the summer air hums with cicadas. 30-year-old Emma Grayson navigates a life overshadowed by her family's unrelenting favoritism. From the moment she could walk, Emma lived in the dazzling glow of her younger sister, Lily, a 25-year-old beauty with dreams of gracing Hollywood screens. Their parents, Robert and Diane Grayson, saw Lily as their golden ticket to fame, showering her with designer clothes, private acting lessons, and a full ride to UCLA's prestigious theater program. Emma, meanwhile, was left to fend for herself, wearing hand-me-downs from neighbors, sleeping on a pull-out couch in the den, and watching her dream of becoming a pediatric nurse slip away because there's no money for college. Emma, think of Lily's future. The Grayson household buzzed with Lily's charm, her laughter echoing through their modest ranch-style home, while Emma's quiet presence faded into the background. As kids, Lily would snatch Emma's cherished sketchbooks or favorite earrings, claiming, "I don't have to share." "But you do." Their parents would chuckle, dismissing Emma's protests with, "Oh, Lily's just spirited. You're the big sister. Emma, be patient." When Lily, at 15, demanded her own bedroom, Emma was relocated to the den, surrounded by dusty family photos and the faint scent of her late grandparents' cedar chest. Those grandparents, especially her grandfather Henry, had been Emma's only refuge. Henry named her after his favorite flower, the morning glory, because she was born at dawn, a symbol of resilience, no matter how dark the night. "Emma," he'd say, cradling her on his porch swing, "you'll bloom again." After high school, with no college fund and her parents' eyes fixed on Lily's star-studded future, Emma took a job as a quality control technician at a snack food plant in nearby Decatur. Determined to escape the suffocating favoritism, she moved into a modest studio apartment, relishing the freedom of her own space. Meanwhile, Lily, basking in parental pride, graduated from UCLA and landed modeling gigs in Los Angeles. Scouted during a shopping spree at Rodeo Drive, Robert and Diane couldn't stop bragging about their movie star daughter. Oblivious to Emma's quiet grind, one humid evening, Lily called Emma with an unexpected proposal. "We owe Mom and Dad everything," she said, her voice bubbly with conviction. "They're drowning in debt from raising us. Let's send them $5 a month to show our gratitude. It'll be our secret, under the name Starlight, to surprise them." Emma, earning just $3,500 a month, was stunned by the figure. Debt? She'd never heard of any financial struggles beyond her parents' complaints about tight times. But Lily's enthusiasm and the guilt of being the less successful daughter wore her down. To make it work, Emma slashed her budget, surviving on instant noodles and thrift store finds, and took on grueling weekend shifts as a security guard at a downtown construction site. The work was brutal, swelteringly unbearable in July, bone-chilling in January, but Emma pushed through, dipping into her meager savings to send $5 every month. Months of exhaustion blurred together until a furious call from her parents shattered her world. "Emma, what is this nonsense?" Robert bellowed. 50 cents? You're sending us 50 cents while Lily's giving us $5? Are you mocking us?" Diane's voice chimed in, sharp with disappointment. "Lily's out there making bank as a model, and you're just wasting your life. Don't you care about us?" Emma's heart sank. "That's impossible," she stammered. "I've been sending $5 every month." But her parents scoffed, calling her a liar. "Lily's the star, not you," Robert snapped before hanging up. Reeling from the accusation, Emma uncovered a devastating truth. Lily had used the alias, Starlight, to send a mere 50 cents. While Emma's $5 was credited to Lily's name, the betrayal stung deeper than any childhood slight, leaving Emma sleepless, her trust in her family shattered. Desperate for clarity, Emma turned to her high school friend, Harper Reed, a sharp-witted financial consultant who never minced words. Over coffee at a bustling Decatur cafe, Emma poured out her story, her voice trembling with hurt. Harper's eyes narrowed. $5,000 a month? For what? Your folks aren't exactly living in a trailer park. And your dad's still pulling a salary as a mechanic. And this debt? Sounds like a sob story to me. Harper's skepticism prompted Emma to dig deeper. Through Harper's network, Emma learned that Lily wasn't the glamorous model her parents boasted about. She was scraping by with low-paying gigs, posing for discount clothing catalogs and struggling to book consistent work. Worse, there was no family debt. Robert and Diane were flush with savings from Henry's inheritance. But Diane splurged on luxury handbags, and Robert spent evenings at the local casino. Harper's advice was blunt. Stop sending money. Emma, they're playing you. If they think you're only good for 50 cents, let them live with that. Emboldened, Emma halted the payments, ignoring Lily's irate voicemails demanding to know why she'd abandoned their parents. 2 months later, Robert and Diane showed up at Emma's apartment, their faces taut with entitlement. We need that $5 back, Diane said, not a hint of apology in her voice. Lily's been honest, she can't afford it. You're the reliable one. Emma, furious. Emma pressed them about the supposed debt. Robert's face reddened. Debt? What debt? We paid for Lily's college with your grandparents' money. We just need a little extra for expenses. Diane chimed in, shamelessly. Your dad's salary covers the basics. But we deserve nice things. The final blow came when Emma asked why Lily, now 25, couldn't get a stable job. Robert exploded. How dare you talk about your sister like that? We didn't raise you to be so selfish. Diane added, if you won't help, we'll just use the trust fund your grandfather left you. The mention of Henry's legacy, money meant for Emma's future, snapped something inside her. Do whatever you want, she said, her voice steady despite the tears. But don't contact me again. As her parents stormed out, Emma felt a strange relief, like a weight lifting from her chest. She was done being their scapegoat. Chapter 1 closes with Emma standing at a crossroads. Her heart bruised but her resolve unbroken. The sting of her family's betrayal, Lily's deception, her parents' greed, fuels her determination to reclaim her life. With Harper's tough love and the memory of her grandfather's words, "You'll bloom again," Emma takes her first steps toward independence. The morning glories outside her window sway in the Georgia breeze. A quiet promise that her time to shine is coming in the humid sprawl of Atlanta, Georgia, where the city's pulse beats through strip malls and oak-lined streets. Emma Grayson's world has just begun to fracture. Having cut ties with her deceitful family, parents Robert and Diane, and her manipulative sister Lily, Emma stands on the precipice of reinvention. But as she carves out a new path, the Grayson family's house of cards collapses, exposing the consequences of their greed and delusion. This is a story of downfall and redemption, where one woman's resilience outshines the wreckage of those who betrayed her. Lily Grayson, once the golden child with Hollywood dreams, finds her star fading fast. At 25, her modeling career, built on her parents' hype and a few lucky breaks, crumbles under the weight of her own arrogance. Desperate to reclaim her spotlight, Lily falls prey to a slick-talking talent agency, promising to make her the next big actress. They dangle visions of red carpets and blockbuster roles. But there's a catch, a $50 investment to join their exclusive program. Blinded by ambition, Lily convinces Robert to cash out his early retirement severance, and Diane empties their savings. The family hands over the money. No contract in sight, only to discover the agency is a sham. The phone lines go dead. The office vanishes, and Lily's dreams dissolve into a humiliating scam. With no modeling gigs to fall back on, her portfolio limited to low-budget online ads, Lily spirals. Her once radiant beauty, dulled by stress and late nights, no longer turns heads. She turns to Atlanta's nightlife, landing a job as a hostess at a trendy downtown club. But her entitled attitude alienates customers, who mock her haughty demeanor. You think you're still a model? Look at yourself. One patron sneers as Lily, her makeup caked and confidence shattered, fumbles through shifts, fired from one club after another. She ends up at a dingy dive bar, pouring cheap drinks for rowdy regulars. Her drinking escalates, her figure softens, and whispers of her model days become a cruel joke. A model? Yeah, right. A bartender scoffs, eyeing her disheveled appearance. Meanwhile, Robert and Diane face their own reckoning. Their lavish lifestyle, funded by Emma's $5 monthly payments and Henry's inheritance, crumbles when Emma cuts them off. Diane's closet, once stuffed with Gucci bags, gathers dust as creditors circle. Robert, who squandered evenings at slot machines, finds his gambling debts mounting. The couple's financial house collapses, forcing them to declare bankruptcy. They sell their charming ranch-style home, trading it for a cramped, mildew-scented apartment on the city's outskirts. To survive, they take temp jobs through a local agency. In a twist of irony, Robert lands a gig as a laborer at the same construction site where Emma once toiled as a security guard. His co-workers, unaware of their connection, tease him. "There was a young woman here before. Worked her butt off to send money to her folks. What kind of parents make their kid do that?" Robert's face tightens, shame burning in his chest as he swings a hammer under the Georgia sun while her family drowns in their self-inflicted misery. Emma Grayson blooms like the morning glories her grandfather loved. Determined to rise above the betrayal, she throws herself into self-improvement. Nights once spent agonizing over her parents' accusations are now filled with study sessions for a business management certification. Her hard work pays off. The certification lands her a promotion at a thriving Atlanta consulting firm, where she's hired as a team leader with a salary that finally reflects her worth. Gone are the days of thrift store jeans and instant noodles. Emma treats herself to tailored blouses and a sleek haircut, her confidence radiating in boardrooms and coffee shops alike. Her newfound stability allows her to move into an airy loft near her office, its windows framing the Atlanta skyline. For the first time, Emma feels at home, her space filled with plants and sketches that echo her grandfather's love for beauty. She jogs along the Beltline, savors brunches with colleagues, and revels in the freedom of a life unburdened by her family's demands. Her transformation isn't just financial. Emma carries herself with a quiet strength, her eyes bright with possibility. The turning point comes at the wedding of her best friend, Harper Reed, held on a sun-drenched Miami beach. The ceremony, set against turquoise waves and swaying palms, is a celebration of love and new beginnings. Harper, radiant in her gown, introduces Emma to Ethan Carter, a friend who arrives late, his tie loosened and a sheepish grin on his face. Ethan, a 32-year-old architect with a warm laugh and a knack for storytelling, runs his own firm in Atlanta. "You two are practically twins," Harper teases, noting their shared love for art and dry humor. Over champagne, Emma and Ethan bond over their dreams, hers to make a difference, his to design spaces that inspire. Their conversation flows effortlessly, and by the night's end, they agree to grab dinner back in Atlanta, a spark of something new flickering between them. As Emma stands on the Miami shore, the ocean breeze tangling her hair, she reflects on her journey, her family's betrayal, Lily's lies, her parents' greed, once threatened to dim her light. But like the morning glories Henry cherished, Emma has unfurled through the darkness. Her grandfather's words echo in her heart: "You'll bloom again." With a career she loves, a budding romance with Ethan, and a life built on her own terms, Emma vows to live boldly, embracing every sunrise. The chapter closes with Emma gazing at the horizon, her silhouette framed by the setting sun. Behind her, the Grayson family's wreckage fades into irrelevance. Ahead lies a future where she'll flourish, not just for herself, but for the little girl who once believed she'd never be enough. This is Emma's story, a testament to resilience, a rebuke of those who undervalued her, and a promise that her best days are yet to come.